Okay, here we go. Going live, baby. Oh, the ladies are
Oh,
here. Oh, what a
forgot
nice
about them.
surprise, man.
Dude.
What a nice surprise.
Lily, Violet, how are you? Good to see you again. It's been a week.
Good to see you, girls. Can't
After
help but
you
notice
showed
you
up
wore that
again.
last week.
Yeah, well, so did we.
Yeah, well, we're dudes. That's what dudes do.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe they're just trying to be consistent. They're also building brands, you know?
How dare
And
they?
Violet's brand is a fucking emerald choker
Yep.
and cleavage. Yeah, so
And tits, yeah. You don't even really
good
see
for her.
above the neck.
I mean, I've seen those green eyes.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them.
Green-eyed lady, fashion lady. You know that one? You don't, because it's too old for you.
Yeah. Violet's brand is
Um,
Elvira. Yeah, a little bit.
yeah. Um, you didn't even do a numbered list today. You did bullet points.
I can switch it.
Do you forget from week to week how you manage this?
Yeah. Do you? I think I do bullet lists normally.
No, you do numbered.
Doesn't bullet feel a little nicer?
Does it to you?
Yeah.
Fine, do bullets. Who cares?
Well, I don't like these numbers in
Not
here. Then it
you.
kind of just like gets in the way of the actual word. It's messier. Guess what?
I disagree.
What, Miss Merck? Do we normally do numbers or mathery? Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, we hate math here.
Bro, I just went pee. My pee was so dark, dude. I am dying.
What does it have to do with math?
It
Or
doesn't.
numbers.
I just remembered I wanted to tell you because my pee was so dark.
Oh, well, you're probably not drinking enough water.
I'm drinking an insane amount of water.
And you had dark pee?
Yeah.
Ooh, you are dying. Have you gotten your piss tested recently?
No? When would I get my piss tested?
I don't know. When you get blood tested, usually a pee test happens as well.
No, I just did blood. I just did the blood,
Oh,
bro.
you should have just got
It's
the
not
pee as
typically
well.
dark. Here's the thing. It's not typically dark. It was like when I peed last night, it wasn't dark at all. It was clear like it normally is.
Yeah. Well, what did you eat?
Rice and beef.
Where's Larla when you need her?
Yeah, where is Larla, dude? I need a diagnosis.
Diagnosis urine.
Yeah.
You've heard of Diagnosis Murder. Well, here's the spiritual sequel.
But to be fair, I haven't peed. I don't think I peed all morning. So maybe it was just
Okay.
build up, you know?
Yeah, you got the day's worth of sediment or whatever in there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know the mysteries of your dark piss.
I wish
His
Larla was
dark.
here. I wish Larla was on the podcast, man.
Yeah, well, some Wednesdays she's busy apparently. Okay, she doesn't have time for you and your weird piss.
No, she has time. She'll find her way.
Yeah, that she'll get here eventually, and
Keep
then
an
she
eye
can
on it.
tell
It
you
could
all
signal a
about.
liver problem.
That's true. You should also. I don't know. I usually whenever I have a blood test, they also ask for a urine sample. So that's probably that's on your doc.
That's weird, yeah. But like I
But
said,
is it just one dark piss and normally it's fine?
yeah. But it was. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, don't worry about
it
it.
was rich in yellow, man.
Just you know, if it gets to be a habit.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like brown. It was just a deep yellow.
Okay. Well, see, I think you're trying to get concerned over who knows what.
I don't know. What do you consider dark? I'm used to peeing clear all the time because I drink so much water all the time.
Oh, okay.
What do you normally pee?
Yellow, but not. It's pretty light.
Mine's
It's a
like
pretty mellow yellow.
mine's very light, like damn near clear. And
Yeah.
this was a rich yellow, you know,
Well,
the
I mean,
saturated
yes, a
yellow.
rich yellow is fine. That's fine. Uh,
Well, what do you consider dark? Like brown?
I mean, no. I mean, yeah, a saturated yellow it's dark, but dark doesn't necessarily mean bad unless you got fucking blood in there.
Oh, I don't think it had blood. It was just really
Okay,
yellow.
well there you go. Okay, it was just yellow. fine.
but really yellow, dude.
You're really straining out some undesirables from your bloodstream.
I'm a mess, man.
Yeah, you're a mess.
Yeah, I slept 2 hours the night before yesterday, guys. Just for Chad who doesn't know, I had some trouble sleeping, but yesterday, slept like a baby, and it was amazing.
Mhm.
And I woke up, and today I ate a decent breakfast for the first time in days, maybe even weeks. I had 2 eggs with cheese and one waffle sauce with peanut butter and a cup of milk.
Okay. Is it I mean, did you have it because you finally had an appetite? Is that why you had a good breakfast or
Yeah,
excuse me?
I had an appetite. My tummy didn't hurt. Just felt good all around.
Okay, so we're gonna bring this up, but we'll get to let's get to Miss Merck for a second before we get
Okay.
started.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, update
Um,
before we really get going. I found out that the motorcycle guy wasn't cop, but the guy did pass. So, for
some
context,
guy on a motorcycle got in an accident, and you thought it was the cop you used to be into,
ex
or
hot cop.
hint you probably still are, but he's not interested in you.
Yeah. Well, no,
What
I
isn't
don't.
that? Did I not nail it? Did I
No,
not
you
hit the
did, but I
finer
don't know.
points?
I don't know how it ended. Did hot cop end it?
Yeah, he dumped her.
Oh, that bitch. I tend to care about people even after we're not together. I mean, I think that's a normal, healthy way.
While we were in the shower, that's
What?
a strange location.
You guys were sudsing each other up, and he's like, "This isn't working for me." But do please finish my
That's
back.
really got it. That you know what? That's got to really hit your self-esteem because it's like, well, what caused this? We were both naked. Is that what happened?
Yeah. Why would he do it in the shower? What the fuck? That's so weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I told you you didn't need cops in your life, Miss Merck, but listen, you do you. It's your life. You
It's
gotta live
your
it.
life.
Baffled yet clean, I guess, on the plus side. Um, let's see. Oh, okay. So weren't feeling good, right, today, and then you were
Well,
telling me
no, no.
about it.
Today was good.
Well, no, this morning maybe.
No, yeah, today was good. I think I messaged you like, "Hey, I just
Morning,
slept
Larla.
8 hours.
You
It was
missed.
great."
You missed. Says being concerned about his piss.
Yeah, Larla, I peed very rich yellow, much darker than I'm used to.
I told him it was fine, but that's
Am I
whatever.
dying?
Anyway.
Take that in conjunction with the fact that I slept poorly 2 days ago and I've
one,
had tummy
one,
issues.
one piss. He's dying.
Drink more. I drink a ton. I'm not joking. Like I drink probably 100 ounces a day.
Yeah, but she's talking about Guinness.
Oh no, probably some Aussie stuff, right? What's down there? It's
I don't know.
Australian for
What's
beer.
down there?
What is that? I know they have
It's
one called
Foster's.
Emu.
Ah,
Foster's Australian for beer. Yeah, so Foster's and Emu.
I don't think Foster's is. I think that isn't that a fake one? Isn't
That's
like
fake
nobody's heard
Australian?
of Foster's? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, I think Emu is one though because I think I see it on that Australian guy I watch.
One day when we get Lara on the show, we can find out all we need to know about Australia.
Yeah, yeah, one 2 hour podcast and we'll be just no questions anymore. Great Northern is something I hear people drink. Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway,
okay.
so do you think I'm dying? Because I
No,
drank enough.
I think she thinks you're fine. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I want to talk about is you talked about your stomach, okay?
Yeah,
But you keep referring to it as your tummy,
yeah,
okay? Even when you were talking about it to me this morning, right?
yeah.
I'm a 40-year-old man. You're a 36-year-old man.
Sure.
And you're just and you strictly it's not even like you pepper in the word tummy with stomach or other terms. It's only tummy, exclusively tummy,
Is it
right?
actually? I don't
So
even
it's like,
notice.
yes, it is. You're so like, yeah, my tummy hurted or whatever, it was killing me, and then I got up and I ate something, and then my tummy settled. You know,
Well,
like, what?
it's cause when it's injured, it's your tummy. You know, my tummy hurts.
We really are really holding tight to this tummy term.
Well, I never grew up.
Okay, that's true.
I don't know. I feel like stomach is like more of a broad. I don't know. More of a broad term? Maybe not.
What is what does stomach encompass that tummy does not?
I guess when I think of stomach, I think of like your intestines and stuff too, but that's not, that's probably an incorrect thing, huh?
Probably, yeah. Considering your stomach leads to your what, small intestine?
Yeah. Or large first. Which one is it? It's gotta
Well,
go
small.
small, large, right?
Yeah, small, large.
Literally the opposite. Yeah, stomach is specifically your stomach.
Tummy. Yeah, yeah, I feel like tummy would be more generic.
Well, you know
Like
what's
you
weird? I
can't
think,
exactly pinpoint it.
yeah, but I think tummy, I think I say it when it's hurting because it's like, I'm injured. An injured animal.
Tummy.
Like I'm an injured little kid, dude. I'm like, oh, my tummy.
Do you say that at the doctor's?
Yeah. Where does it hurt? Right in my tummy.
Please say that's true.
No.
God damn it.
Dude, last time I talked to my doctor, I was explaining like some of my symptoms, and I don't know, maybe this is just something I do where I'm kind of vague with how I describe stuff. Like I'd say stuff like I got like fog brain or whatever, and he'd be like, "Well, I don't really know what that is. What could you describe that for me?" And I'm like, "Oh, right.
I'm experiencing it right now, doc. Yeah, you're just using colloquialisms that you understand what they mean, and you've used them with people enough that they understand what they mean,
Yeah.
but your doctor doesn't.
So by
Fog
colloquialism, you
brain.
mean like baseism?"
Yeah. Yeah, essentially.
I got fog brain and I got tummy ache. But yeah,
Ah, so that's
somehow
how your week's been.
yeah, so somehow I haven't quite and fully figured out or shaken this health issue, whatever it is.
Yeah. It's an ongoing saga that we will keep you posted on, Pod, you
Well,
know.
it's weird because some days I'll feel pretty good and I'll be like, oh, okay, figured it out. We're fine. And then all of a sudden, boom, hit with it.
Figured it out. Okay, first off, you figuring it out means you literally doing nothing to change your behavior and just hoping it goes away.
That,
That's what figured it out means in this sentence.
well, okay. It could be that, or it could also be a change in diet.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm not eating as much like acidic foods. I'm staying away from like tomatoes and spices and shit like that.
Uh-huh. And but that hasn't helped, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man.
Yeah, okay. Well, now it's time to you're on the like the quasi elimination diet. Now it's time to eliminate some other shit.
Well, all I ate yesterday was a yogurt, rice, and ground beef.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, and then at the end of the night, I had a little cup of milk with like just a couple of Captain Crunch in it, and that's actually when I started feeling better.
Maybe you're lactose intolerant.
Why would the milk help?
I don't know. Maybe you're lactose maybe you're the opposite of lactose intolerant. You need dairy products to live a healthy life.
It might be, dude. I definitely always feel better after I have like some cereal or
You
milk or
were born
whatever.
in the right state then, you know?
Yeah, or maybe that's why, right? I just grew up on that shit. And my body's like, bro, it's
Yeah, you
been
actually
14
can't leave
hours.
now. You've become a reliant on the products of your environment.
Yeah. Well, I mean that happens to drug dealers
It's
all the
like
time, right?
you're basically Paul Atreides, you know? You're
The
on
fuck is
Arrakis,
that?
except it's Wisconsin, and you've tasted the spice melange, and now you literally cannot leave or you'll die.
What are these words you're saying? Who's Paul Malaji? What is
I'm
happening?
sorry you didn't understand one of the most classic science fiction literary references around. It's from the book Dune, which is also a movie.
Okay,
Well, several
okay.
movies.
You're not sorry. You know I don't read.
I am not sorry. You should at least know the spice melange.
I
Okay.
know the spice. Like I know that they do spice in that
Okay. So in
movie.
Dune,
Yeah.
Paul Atreides, anybody who eats spice becomes so addicted to it immediately that they will literally die if they do not keep ingesting it.
What? That's what Dune's about?
Yes. Well, not it's not what it's about, but it's just a feature of the spice. Okay,
Okay, but
that's
isn't
why
the whole
Arrakis
thing about like
is
harvesting
so
spice?
yes, because that's why Arrakis is such like a focal point of the universe is because that's the only place you can get spice, right? And it's one of the reasons like their whole universe works. Like they the
You die if you
Bene
don't
Gesserit
have it?
Bene Gesserit witches do all their magic shit with the spice. The Space Guild space travels with the fucking spice.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and
So wait, why do you
you're
die if you don't get it?
'cause it I don't know, it changes your body or some shit, and
Do you get a
you will
benefit
die.
for having it? Like if you eat it,
Yeah,
you get
I don't
smarter or
know.
some
I
shit?
well, as I just said, the Space Guild travels on the spice.
Yeah, that's great, but you don't need to eat it to travel on it, right?
Yes, you do. Well, okay, so here's another feature of Dune. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to understand the book and movie Dune better. So, they have a very cool system for space travel. They don't travel. It's not quote unquote traveling. You don't move anywhere. What essentially is happening is the guild masters, the spacers, or whatever the fuck they're called, they quote unquote fold space. So they essentially use the powers of their mind to take up a point, 2 points in distant space, point A and B, that are really far apart, and fold space so that they're like right next to each other,
And you just take a
right?
step and
And
you're
yeah, and so that's space travel in Dune,
so it's
and they use the
teleportation.
power of the spice to do that.
So it's teleportation. Do they do that? So okay, that's crazy. So can they just do that for like entire armies and just attack with like, teleporting inside of
I
bases and
don't
shit?
know the logistics of it. All right, I'm just saying that that's how it. I'm just telling you how it
Okay,
works.
okay. So if some other guy is eating spice to do the magic so I can teleport, do I have to be on the spice?
No,
Okay, so you don't so spice does give you magical powers.
it can. I don't think it guarantees them.
Oh, dude, would you eat
But
it?
people are just addicted to the spice because it tasted good or something. Like, most of the nobility is addicted to the spice. That's why it has to be mined,
That's
and it's so
insane.
important that the spice stays flowing.
Spice must flow. Did you watch the new movie, dude?
Yes, I did, it was good.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, well, I
What
mean,
did
it'll
the
give you
You know what my main experience with Dune is? Where I
what?
got all my information about Dune from?
Dune 2,
I don't know. What is that?
the RTS?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was on Sega Genesis. I played that shit. Pawn,
Oh,
thank you for
maybe
the
you're
raid,
thinking of
buddy.
the original Dune game.
Oh, okay, yeah. There was a Dune 2?
Yes, Dune 2 it's actually the more famous one because Dune 2 was one of the first RTS games.
Okay, but the Sega Genesis one had to have been.
I'm not even sure it was an RTS. It was a game.
What, the Sega Genesis one?
Yes.
No, it was 100% an RTS. I played the shit out of it.
Oh, well, okay, I don't know.
I used to go to
Maybe
my
I'm
friend Freddy's house and he had that shit and we played it.
do the Freddy.
And there was three
Okay,
factions. Is there three
3
factions?
factions.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember. It's Atreides,
Yeah.
Harkonnen, which are in the book, but then there was an extra one which is not in the book, and that's called you remember that one?
No.
Ordo.
Oh yeah. It sounds
Okay, so
familiar.
maybe you did play Dune 2. But yeah, that's one of the original fucking RTS games.
Yeah, it was pretty
And
wild.
it was made by Westwood, I believe, and you
Yeah.
could see where Command
Command
and
and
Conquer
Conquer
came
came
from
from, yeah.
because that's where you
A hundred
harvested
percent.
shit. Yeah.
It was actually really similar. Like you had the little fucking beetle that went out and harvested. It was crystals in Command and Conquer or
Yeah.
whatever. Yo, welcome on in, guys. We're doing the podcast. We're
Yeah, we're
talking
doing the
about.
podcast. Thanks, Pun.
Thank you, Punny.
We might hit the Valorant later. Who knows what this kid's stomach tummy is gonna be doing.
Who knows what the tummy's up to?
But yeah, that's Dune. If you get a chance to watch the movie, go ahead and give it a watch. Timothy Chalamet, he's a good actor. I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
Chicks love them.
For good reason.
Yeah, you think
He's
so?
a good-looking lad. I mean, if you're into that sort of pretty boy look, he's probably right up your alley.
If you had to choose between him and Adam Driver, who would you choose?
As a lover,
Yeah.
shit. As a straight man, I don't know.
As a straight man, which way you going?
I don't know. I feel like I might get along better with Adam Driver.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of how I feel too.
I don't have a problem with Timothy, but I don't know.
Right.
I feel like me and Adam might have more in common. Maybe we
Yeah.
don't, but though, who knows?
Yeah. Well, you both like soup.
No, I don't actually. I'm not a huge soup guy.
Oh, that's good because opposites attract.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's up,
let's
Dark?
get let's just start getting to this list.
Something wrong with us,
Um,
man.
so first off, last week was my birthday.
Last week was.
Literally, we did the pod on my birthday,
Yep.
and you had a little present for me,
Yep.
from which our two lovely ladies originate.
Sluts.
It was basically a visual novel, which was a dating game.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And I promised to go back and read everybody's dialogue to see their whole storylines and then come up with a final verdict over who I would choose,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I've reached a decision
Okay, I'm ready. I'm listening.
after reading all three storylines. And I'm gonna have to go with Harper.
I knew it because she's a little slut. Ooh,
No,
she's a freak.
no. In fact, Violet would be the freakier one, but I don't know. Harper's cool. And if I was living in a fantasy world, all right,
That's
you
the
know
other
what?
thing. Yeah.
I'll be the behind the scenes. I'll be the support or the mage
You'll
or
be
the
gardening
whatever.
and making potions for her.
Yeah, she'll be on the front lines, right? And
Exactly.
I'll be helping out, right?
Right.
So she can be my little, well, larger, not little, big dommy mommy, and I'll just, and reap the spoils, as it were.
Right. Well, the thing is, I feel like it'd be kick Lily to the curb. Oh, poor lady. She's sweet.
She's fine,
You ain't gonna
but
have little kids though. Harper ain't got time to get pregnant.
I mean, yes, but listen. Here's the thing about children is that I don't actually give two shits. It's like I'm either or. I've never been like I really want kids, right? I'd be absolutely fine if I didn't have them, but I wouldn't. I'm not. I wouldn't hate it if I did, which is never an answer anyone wants to hear
Yeah.
when they're asking about children.
Yeah. I'm
It's like, yeah,
indifferent.
whatever you want. Yeah.
You can choose.
As I mean, the idea of just like a little happy home life with Lily is fine. If this was the real world, I'd probably take that 100%. But living in this was set in a fantasy world,
Oh yeah.
so I think we'd go with Harper. Violet was just a little too much, right?
Too edge.
I like the aesthetic, right? I like the goth aesthetic,
Yeah.
but but she was a little hardcore.
She was too goth in personality too.
Yeah, it was too much. I need her like crunchy on the outside and gooey in the middle. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I feel like
yeah.
I'm missing something. Who are the two other emotes? This is Lily and Violet. Girls say hi, and that's them.
Yeah. So they were two ladies I got to pick from in the dating game I just talked about.
And now we just leave them up there because it's
Yeah, and now, well, we happened to leave them up there because you forgot they were there.
and they're
Let's
gonna be
be
up there
real.
forever now because
And
it
yeah, maybe
attracts
they're
viewers.
just joining us. Yeah. And then when we need to talk about the 80-20 rule.
Wait, what? What's the 80-20 rule? Or what do you mean?
They talk about it all the time on like the man podcast. Where it's like
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
80%
yeah.
of the women go, yeah, go to 20% of the men or some bullshit.
Who the big titties joining us today? Yeah, everyone sees the titties and wants a piece. Oh, my bad. It's just Stas. Nah.
Wow.
Good morning, you.
Digs. Fine, I can take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have to, my end choice would be Harper. She seems cool.
She's not even here. No one even knows what she looks like.
That's fine.
She looks like a goblin. No, she doesn't. She's an elf.
She's an elf.
Stas was.
Speaking of which,
Oh, elves? Okay.
yeah, speaking of which, so yesterday, if you weren't around for Core Keeper, says partially convinced me that I should play the hardcore hardcore classic WoW. Am I getting this right?
Uh huh.
So where you have to go from 1 to 60 without dying. But if you do it, but you can do it in duos where there's another rule where you have to be
You have to play together.
grouped with one other person the entire time. And if one of you dies,
The
you're
same
both
person.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. which I like. That makes it more fun to me. I wouldn't wanna do it solo, that just seems like a whatever,
Yeah.
right? It seems like a bad roguelike at that point.
Yeah.
But when it's 2 of you, it's like a co-op, it's like an extended co-op game, and I do really like the idea of, like, really looking at the green items you get off of fucking mobs and being like, "Shit, I think I need to go with this." You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. It could be fun. I don't know when it starts, but we'll probably dabble.
Yeah, I don't know when it starts either, but my account, as I just said, my account mysteriously is banned somehow. So I'm trying to get it I'm in the process of getting it unbanned, so I have to see how that goes. But the reason I bring that up is because this is classic, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be horde, obviously, right?
Obviously.
So, but there's not going to be any pretty races, right? I'm not going to be able to do blood elf or whatever.
No. Well, what's
I'm
wrong
going to
with
have
that?
to, well, I like to play chicks.
Well, so do I, but we
Well,
started in
guess what?
classic. What'd you have before?
Yeah, but you know what I'm gonna have to do because there's no pretty races? I'm gonna have to fucking resurrect Grogsbane.
Hell yes, you do. Little groggy.
I know.
That's the thing is, every time I played WoW, I never left Amashan. It's like the only male character I play in MMOs. It's my fucking male Tauren. God,
Yeah, I know. It's just
he's just a hero, dude.
that is the only downside for me, really. It's like, oh, I have to pick from the old shit.
Well, listen, you could be an undead female.
No, that ain't. It's
Yeah,
not
you're
what
missing the curves, but at least it's
Although
human.
undead, they do have a good passive, right? Like they make good warriors, don't they?
They have a very good passive. They get out of trinkets. They get an extra trinket or whatever, or like half trinket. Or
Yeah, I forget what
they also
does
breathe
that. It
underwater,
must
so
be
you won't
great.
drown, which is big for you.
Shit. That might put me over the top because I hate water.
Yeah, water could be
That
worthy,
was
really.
one of the worst parts of well, MMOs in general, but also WoW were water missions. I hated them.
Be a troll. I like trolls too, man. But the
No,
thing
my
is,
name's not Korjenko.
Korjenko. No, Korjenko wasn't a troll, was he? I thought he was a Tauren.
Okay, my name is not Stank. Okay,
You're not
whatever his name
Rastafario.
was. No, my name's not
He was
Rastafario. I don't
Rastafario.
care. I'm not. When I say Korjenko, I'm not talking about the punter. Okay, I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about talking
Okay.
about our good friend
Yeah. Okay.
Stank.
Okay. Well, Korjenko was his character that was the hunter. I would make a troll, but if we're gonna do this together, I'd probably be an undead priest because the priests had different abilities too, right? Depending on the race.
I don't know.
I think they have different abilities in classic. I don't know. I never really played priest, but
We'll see.
we'll see what happens. Yeah. Um.
Um.
Let me
Yeah.
let me talk to you about sonar, dude. Okay.
Okay.
I don't even
Tell
know
me
why
about
this is on the list, but
First off, cross off homework, and then tell me about sonar.
okay. Sorry, dude. I'm so sorry.
Because the strike through.
Um. I found this article that sonar is fucking insane. Do you know about this? Like, because
No.
the submarine talk has been, around lately,
Yeah.
and military subs use sonar at I think it's 235 decibels, which is like 5 under a small nuclear explosion, or something like that.
Okay. So basically, they're destroying life down there.
Yeah. Well, how it came up was if you were diving down there and you got hit by the sonar, you would just explode. Like you just die. Your lungs would collapse. Your brain would go to mush. You would just fucking die.
Okay. So they are killing things down there with sonar.
Well, I think it's speculated, not proven, that like when whales beach themselves, that's part of the issue or something like that.
Oh, they got hit with some fucking
Yeah. Or they'll
loud
like dolphins and shit will just like dive and down to the bombs and just die. Or I
Yeah.
don't know. It just fucks them up.
right.
And it's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
like some
know.
motherfuckers coming into your neighborhood with megaphones. You know.
Worse, like super
And it's like,
megaphones.
what the fuck, dude? This is our spot. Now you're coming in, killing our peeps.
Well, not only that, dude. Like, the fact that like a loud sound can fucking kill you is kind of blew my mind.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, but
I mean, yeah, I guess when you think about it, it doesn't surprise you. But like, I never really thought about like, I don't know, maybe it'd fuck you up your ears and go deaf, but like explode your lungs.
just the vibration, dude.
Oh, that's terrifying, dude.
Yeah, that
However,
is pretty wild. That is loud. I didn't know they were hitting at
yeah.
that level.
However, they were saying that like it would still be loud as shit above water, but air is harder to go through for that shit, so it wouldn't be as destructive.
Yeah, sure.
But still, dude,
Yeah.
235 decibels. Let me just look this up. Lion's roar decibels. A lion's roar is 114 decibels. Oh, that's pretty
Uh-huh.
fucking good.
Sure.
What's a jackhammer decibels?
Yeah, jackhammer.
100.
100 decibels, and that shit's loud as
A
fuck.
lion can roar louder than a jackhammer?
They got some pipes. Have you seen how fucking huge their heads are?
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't think they have lungs in their head.
Okay, well, I'm just saying it's a big part. You know what I mean? They have other big parts.
Dude, that's insane. A lion roars louder than a... Okay, what's a firework? Firework decibels.
That can't be that loud.
As a firework display averages a staggering 120 decibels.
Oh, never mind. So what was the sub? 200 some?
235, so like, almost double that.
What's the decibels of you whining about your tummy?
Let me look it up. Decibels of a baby crying. What?
What is it?
Rumbling bush noise that is as loud as your infant's crying. This is at least 115 decibels, according to Oregon.
Okay, one more decibel than a fucking lion's roar?
There's no way that a baby can cry louder than a lion.
The thing is, bro, when you first mentioned a lion's roar, I was like, what? Why is this the standard you're measuring against?
I don't know. I just was thinking something that I thought was like naturally loud.
Yeah, well, you should have thought about fucking crying babies.
I don't believe that. I don't.
Them.
You're telling me a crying baby is as loud as a jackhammer? Like if you had a jackhammer outside going and a baby next door crying, you'd hear the baby? I feel like I wouldn't hear the baby, right?
I feel like you'd hear the baby.
Jackhammers are loud.
Yeah, I know, but so are fucking babies.
Guess. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
But that's a maximum. See, the thing is, baby decibels can have a huge range. The jackhammer is probably always 100.
That's true. Yeah.
So
Babies are
that's
fucking
why you
ridiculous.
think it is loud. It consistently reaches that height.
Oh, that is wild, man.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Can you imagine just getting hit with a sound wave and exploding? That's your death.
Well, yeah, that would suck.
Although maybe it'd be better than like something else.
I have a very good strat against that. So listen to this, right? So here's how you counter that deadly sonar.
Yeah, you get a mirror.
Don't go in the fucking ocean.
Yeah, that's true. Stop fucking with the ocean. Here's the thing.
Right? It's salt water. It's gross in there. You don't want that.
Why don't subs like get blasted by their own shit?
I don't know. Probably because that's the origin point.
Okay, well, what if there's two subs like next to each other? They just don't fuck each other?
Well, maybe if if they're enemy subs, they engage in sonar battles.
Yeah, sonar warfare.
I mean, I'm assuming the sound waves are dissipated by the actual sub, so they don't penetrate into the hull, right?
Yeah, and there's air once it gets into the. Well, I think it would fuck the hull up a little bit.
There's that. Yeah, I'm assuming there's other things.
I think I read something recently, like last week, that like, is it gray whales? I think I want to say it was gray whales can make a sound that actually stuns animals.
I've heard something along those lines. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Or is it sperm whales? Is it true that sperm whales stun giant squid with sonar? Oh, here we go.
Can you imagine that? You're just chilling, and all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah. Whoa. Are you a squid?
What the?
So that's sonar.
Cool.
So don't say I didn't add anything to the list.
Yeah, you added something. You've got one topic on a list.
No, I got two.
What? I told you to put that up there.
But it was my topic. Just because you told me to write it down.
In a bit. Calm down.
And technically, homework was kind of mine.
No, don't even.
Without me, you couldn't have had that homework.
Without you, I'd be way cooler. Okay,
You'd have
fine.
so many more viewers.
Yeah. All right.
Talk to me about
So I
sunscreen.
want to talk to you about sunscreen. Okay.
Okay.
Now this is going to be a bit of an unscientific rant, which is a little off brand for me. Okay.
Those are the
And
best
I'm
ones,
sure
chat.
there are great reasons for this. However, I just feel like we've turned some sort of weird corner because everything you hear on the news, it's like put sunscreen on before you leave the house. You don't go out in the sun without sunscreen,
Yeah.
right? And it's we've gone past, hey, if you're gonna go be out all day, or if you're gonna be on the beach, or you're going to be sunbathing, put sunscreen on. Now it's whenever you are outside, make sure you have sunscreen. And it's
Yeah.
like, since when is the sun the most dangerous thing we come across every moment of our lives? You know what I mean? It's like, have we not survived? How did we survive without sunscreen?
We're talking about
You know?
big sunscreen here.
Yeah, we're
Making
talking a little
plays.
bit about big sunscreen. Now I know, um, like skin cancer is a real thing,
Yeah,
right?
for
But
sure.
I don't. What is the more? Is it? I mean, what are we afraid of? A mortality rate? Like I didn't think skin cancer was killing
I feel like skin
all like
cancer is only an
teenagers
issue. Like it's like an issue like smoking. Like you're not gonna get cancer. Oh, we're not gonna get cancer from smoking one time,
generally.
right? You're not gonna get liver failure from drinking one time, generally speaking, right? You're not gonna get
Sure.
skin cancer from going out in the sun one time.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's different because isn't it just like, isn't it? Doesn't it trigger like that?
You think you can get blasted one time and you just
Yeah,
fucked?
don't isn't it doesn't it happen because the X-rays hit your shit wrong? You know, I don't know.
I was under the impression it's just like it just fucking builds up. Like you're just out there getting rocked, trying to tan all the time, and all of a sudden it's
No,
like, hey, you've been doing this
I
for
don't know.
a
Well,
decade.
that's a good way to get some leather skin. I don't know about skin cancer.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
anyway, it just seems so ridiculous. I don't
There's
know,
two
to me
people
it
I
just
know of that have had skin cancer,
okay, well, I
and
guess it is pretty common.
well, in my
You
entire
already know
life, one
too.
was my biology teacher, and he was like a park ranger before that, and like was out in the sun all the fucking time or something like that, right?
Uh-huh.
And the other one was this girl that um she tanned all the time, like tan in bed
Yeah.
all the
What was
time.
her name? Tantina, that's what you called her?
No, no, not at
Oh.
all. It was Laura. It was Laura.
Laura.
Or
The way
is. She's still alive.
good for her.
But it was pretty grody. I saw on Facebook she shared like she got it like it was like a little whatever piece on her shoulder. She had to like they had to cut deep around it because they want to make sure they get it all right, and just had this nasty.
I thought the hole got healed up. Wasn't the hole in the
Yeah, the
ozone
whole
layer
they were
get
said that the
healed?
whole lid got healed up, or it was mostly healed up.
Yeah, mostly or whatever. Yeah, but also, Larla, most of us don't. You know what I mean? Here in America, we're as about as far away from the hole as possible, I guess, right? So, but why is it? It just seems like everyone's so wild about make sure you wear the sunscreen.
You know what's wild about sunscreen is
What?
generally
Just
speaking, black people don't wear it, right? I mean,
okay.
I know there's like
I
whatever,
don't know
like
anything about that.
yeah, I don't like I've seen multiple videos or whatever about how generally speaking black people don't wear it. They probably should sometimes when it's really bad or whatever, but they just have the pigment to just be good with it.
Okay.
So sunscreen is almost exclusively marketed to fair skinned people.
Well, yeah, because fair skinned people are stereotypically the ones that burn like
Right,
crazy.
right. It's just strange that it's like a racial market, or it's a
Is
racial
it?
product
Is
almost.
that wild? There's plenty of products that are marketed and also specifically for people of certain races.
Like what? I feel like that's a rarity.
Um, there's there's tons of hair products which are pretty much exclusively for African Americans or black people.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, hair products.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
There's not. I mean, but that's not.
You're not using Jerry Curl?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Is that an actual
Then
product?
yes.
Was it just curl the hair? I don't know.
Yeah, it does. I don't know what it actually does, but I imagine, yeah.
Okay, so outside of sunscreen and hair care, can you think of anything
Okay.
else
Um, I know,
that
not
is
on the spot.
a racially specific product?
Not off the top of my head, no.
There's got to be one for Asians,
There's
right?
gotta be. Yes, there has to be stuff, but
It tames the curl. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of it. That's what I'm saying. It's very rare.
You've never seen Coming to America?
No, I know. Like I tried watching
The
the second one that
classic.
came out, and it was not. I didn't
Yeah,
enjoy it at all.
that was guaranteed to be dog shit. The original is an immortal classic in my opinion.
Oh, is it? I'll have to
Anyway,
watch the
yeah.
old one because I tried watching the new one. I'm like, oh, this just came out. I'll try it out. And I got like 30 minutes in. And I'm like, this isn't good at all. Like
Yeah,
I'm not
the
gonna
old
finish
one
this.
is hilarious. And it holds up. It's so good.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
revisit.
put it on the list.
Put it on the list.
Do a watch party with someone that you're close to, but not dating.
Oh yeah, you got someone specific in mind there? Or what's going on? Give me a corpse.
No. No, nobody specific.
You're thinking of Violet, aren't you?
No. Shit. If we're having a watch party, I get those two.
You get two?
Two?
You kidding me?
I'm the one who's seen it, I want to see them appreciate it.
Like, if you're
Anyway,
watching it with the girls, it's not about the movie anymore.
yeah, well, I get Lily and Violet and you get the girl who looks like Violet. That's what I was implying.
What about Harper?
Looks like Lily, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. That confused me. But what about Harper?
Oh yeah, I'm not sure she's the movie gal though. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, dude? After a long week of slaying ogres, she might want to, settle down and have a night in.
Yeah, that you're making a good point. I'll have to. I'll leave it up to her.
She'll bring home some food, a boar she
Yeah.
slayed,
Well,
a
it'll
giant
be
boar.
like I'll have all three of them, and it'll be like Stas's angels.
Oh,
you know?
you know what? She'll bring home the food. Lily will probably cook it, and Violet will, I don't know, cast a spell on you.
Right. Act like she's useful, but really just
Yeah.
hang around.
She'll be giving you a handy under the blanket.
Wouldn't say no, but I didn't want to put that on her.
She's fictitious. You can put whatever you want on her.
I know. I feel bad. You're talking to someone who can never even. I can't even be the bad guy in video games. Okay, I feel too bad about it.
Then how do you ever play a visual novel? You got to turn people down.
Well, that's rejecting someone's not the same as being a jerk.
To her, it is.
As you reminded me, she's not real.
Oh, now you can fucking, separate reality from the fiction.
Yeah, I do it when it's convenient for me.
Where'd the fishies go? She just needs it, doesn't
Well, it's because we're having the podcast, and we didn't want the fish. What are you doing? Right over my face?
she? Right over my face the whole time.
Well, it's just going to be my head covered up with tons of fish. Which, you know what, to Miss Merck, she wants that. You know what I mean? That's not a problem for her.
Yeah, she's probably like, oh, say more shit about Montana, you stupid Iramusa face. Stupid moose face.
Apparently, Montana's very beautiful. That's what I've been told.
20 years before the ozone has fully recovered. I mean, I told you my sister went on vacation there a couple months ago.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting that from.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
my source.
The pictures I saw were gorgeous, man. Just a nice mountain range. The fucking airport was a hunting lodge, basically. It was crazy.
All right, let's talk about the cycle.
We're really cranking through them, Stas. We're not going to have.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll talk about whatever.
We're not going to have enough time. We're going to have too much time.
Plenty of time.
We're going to have too much time.
Okay, then we'll end in an hour and a half instead of 2. It's like people aren't screaming for more content. It's okay.
Yes, they are.
We can end whenever we want.
We have ravenous fans, man. You know what it is? We'll just go to a black screen and I'll put the fishing game up.
Yeah.
That'll be the last half
And
hour.
you'll double your viewers.
Yeah.
That'll make us feel real good, but it might make you feel better. You know, your fish have legs.
You know, yeah, that'd be cool. You know, what'd be wild though. Do like a stream on some other account, right? It'll just be called like the fishing stream. People can come in and just for watching, they get points, and they can use this points to fish, right? And you say whoever gets the biggest fish by the end of the whatever month wins $100 or something like that. Put some sort of money on it.
Is it
or
like
some reward?
are you commentating the fish catching as
No.
it's happening?
No, it's AFK. It's just like you know how they did
Twitch plays.
Twitch plays. Yeah, it's a Twitch plays. It's just
Okay.
there.
I mean, give it a shot.
It'd
Maybe
be,
that's your viral marketing.
it'd be an
Make an
interesting
account.
it'd be an interesting social experiment.
You can have the rules on a half the screen and then the fish on the other half.
True. Winner.
And it'll take off, and you'll get a Kotaku article about it.
Yep.
And then there you go. You'll start making some money.
Yeah, I'll have to put my name on there somewhere.
Yeah, might as well. What do you got to lose?
$100. It'll have to be bigger than 100, maybe 1,000. Stas, I have an investment opportunity for you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Okay, yeah, the cycle.
The cycle.
Explain to the audience what the cycle is.
Okay, the cycle is a game that's it's been around for like 4 years, 5 years, and it's kind of like Tarkov, but a little more cartoony, a little less stick in the butt. You know what I mean? What do they call those? Military sims. A little less military simmy. Not such a pass.
Finicky.
No, but it was done. It is done well, Larla. It's fun. The concept is the same. Where like you go out.
Just doesn't like shooters.
Oh, that's fair. But the idea is it's done really well. It's a good game, and it's a shame. Pass all caps. It's a shame because they just announced that they're ending their service in September. Man, I played the shit out of that last year. 2 years ago? Last year. Was that last year? I'm starting to blend these years together, man.
Last year.
When was the year that that I had the smells in the house and I had to stay by my sister for a week? Remember that? I mean, we were playing Dofus, I think. Was that last year?
No, that was the year before. Was Dofus?
That's what I thought, dude. I asked Moon that, and she said it was last year.
The Dofus was then followed by Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, so that was 2021.
Yes, that was that summer. The following summer is when you went off and played Cycle for a month or whatever.
Yeah. Well, when was Apex? I think Apex was the year before Dofus, even.
Yeah, I think it was before Dofus. I didn't play Apex with you.
Oh wow, that's crazy. What have I done with my life?
The cycle is shutting down.
Yeah, and that's really sad to me because it's a good game and it deserves to live.
Yes. Okay, so here's the deal. We don't live in a world which small games can really sustain themselves. The cycle needed way more people than it had to sustain itself, but it was never going to get those numbers because it's like we live in a boom or bust. It's an all or nothing system out here.
It really does seem that way. However,
unless your game is like, hey, I'm the guy who made Stardew Valley, right? I'm the single developer. I'm just throwing my game out there. Yeah. I sell a bunch of copies, and I'm doing great.
Right, you can't have a production value.
Right. Yes, the cycle had a team of people on it. It needed to hit big, but it's never going to hit big because there's just so many other games out there. That's what I mean. The thing. It's like there's no mid-level of game anymore. It's like big game or small game.
You'd think you can do a fucking niche game, right? That survives, does well. Actually, you know what else busted that was good?
But that's again. The cycle has maintenance around it. It has to have servers keep going.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a life cycle.
Yeah, but what about
you have to have new shit every season?
What about
do this?
What about Star Stable? How is that going? How is that alive?
I don't. Well, one, Star Stable is probably the only thing going, right? What's Star Stable's main competition? That weird, janky dragon game? You know?
Yeah, well, not even because one you're just being a dragon, the other you're getting
So
horses.
it's probably not the hugest money maker. It's probably one of the rare examples of this like medium treading water game. I don't know what they're making. It'll probably shock me,
Yeah,
but
probably.
whatever.
I looked
It's
this
just
up. I
that
kind of want to
there's
know.
so many games coming out, so around the clock, right? This isn't. I mean, when I was a teenager, I would save up my allowance, and then I would go to Media Play. They're not even around anymore. I'd go to Media Play where the video games were,
Yeah.
and I would just look at a shelf full of computer games and be like, "Oh yeah, this one looks cool. Buy that." But all I had was the shelf. You know what I mean? Like those were my options. Now I could I I I, I could spend the rest of my life just buying games, and never get to the end of what's available on Steam.
I
So
mean, so that's the double-edged sword with that, right? Because the
well, okay,
the
so
reason there's so many is because the accessibility to game development is so low now because of the
sure,
internet, because of the ease of learning languages and having engines and shit like that,
sure.
which is cool. But the problem is there's a saturation now and shit dies, right?
Yes, there's a saturation, and then there's also the issue of there's just more new things out there to buy and play, right? It's very hard not only to get you to differentiate your game from everybody else, which the cycle did to some degree. It got some traction. People were playing it.
Yeah.
But this is a game that requires you to keep playing it, right? And that's
Right.
that's
It's
really
not
the
a
core.
one-off,
It requires a community,
right?
and it requires more of a community than say like there are some niche games out there that survive on like multiplayer scenes of 200 people like Heroes of Might and Magic 3, right? Like it's still going. You can play multiplayer. It's a very small yet dedicated community, right? But it doesn't need a lot of overhead, because they're just playing it on a shit server because it doesn't need a lot of computing power.
Right. 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 Right.
Whereas the cycle needs constant maintenance. If people are going to keep playing it, they need new guns, new environments, new monsters, new this, new that. What's the new season got? So they've set themselves up for failure essentially, unless they hit it out of the park. It's very similar to the problem with like movies, right? Where they have these insane budgets, and even if they make $1 billion, they're still in the red because it's not the smash hit they needed it to be.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me ask you this, buddy.
Yes.
If you were to guess how much money Star Stable made in the year of 2021, what would you say it
Oh,
was?
did you look it up?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Let me say 50 mil.
50 mil.
Was that too much?
That's too much. It's 18.
Oh,
18 mil. Oh,
that's a
you really went
lot.
high. You really went high.
No, man, you were positioning like you were gonna shock me.
18 million should be shocking.
Well, it depends on how big this team is. How
But
big is the
yeah, but I'm
star
talking.
stable?
Yes, but before you heard about Star Stable from Moon,
Yeah,
was it even on your radar?
I've
Have you ever heard
never
of it?
heard of star stable in my life
So
before.
something you never heard of is bringing in 18 million a year.
I mean, yeah.
A video
How
game.
much did X2C? What was his contract for?
200 mil.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Yeah, but I mean
They
that's
gave that to one guy who
yeah.
doesn't even make anything. Content,
He
I'm
makes
sorry.
content, bro.
Of course, content, it's king.
But
Yeah,
don't act like that's
amazing.
nothing because that's what we're fucking. That's a platform
I
we're running on.
understand that it's not nothing, but it's not something either, you know what I'm saying? I will go to like, content is not the,
Yes.
it's not the, I can't how can I describe this without using the word content again? Because I really wanna say content's not the content you think it is.
Yeah. What do you
There's
mean?
just not a lot of
Everything
there's not a ton of there with content. I
there
don't believe
there?
there's a ton of there with our content, so I'm not really, like, exempting ourselves, right? But, like,
Well, what the hell are we doing
people
then?
have people who make a game, they made something, they did something, they put in a lot. I'm not saying content creators don't, but but please.
You think it feels trivial in comparison to actual production.
Yes, yes. To me, it does. Feels trivial.
But you see how we're making content and not successful. Shouldn't that show you that somehow someone's doing work that we're not, or somehow someone's why do you think some content creators are so much more successful than
I
others?
mean, I don't know exactly, but if you, I don't think you're. We can't put it down to just hard work. I mean, there's plenty of people who put hard work into their streams and still have 0 viewers.
I like, what kind of hard work? What do you mean by hard
Well,
work?
yeah, it's like, well, the work needs to be in the right direction.
Well, yes, for sure, but that's everything.
But you can, yes, I know, but if you don't, you can, if you don't understand the direction you're going in, and that's, it's, it's not obvious,
Well, yeah,
especially for a lot of
but
people.
that's everything. You could put hard work into being an artist, but if you aren't actually trying to get better, you're just gonna draw fucking stickmen for 15 years.
Okay, well, I question what the hard work is exactly, but
Well, hard work is like flipping on the stream and streaming, or right, which anyone can do. You're not actually creating anything of
I
value.
don't consider that to be hard work. It's work. I'm not convinced it's the trial people say it is.
It depends on who you talk to. I think some people undervalue it and some people overvalue it, right? I think turning on a stream and putting in effort, it depends on what you're doing too, right? If you're just turning it on, you're not even paying attention to chat, you're just fucking doing what you
Uh-huh.
do anyways, then you're not really doing anything. But like people who are trying to be entertaining or be
Uh-huh.
positive or be high energy, trying to be high energy for fucking 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, that's exhausting.
Oh, yeah, I agree it's exhausting.
But that's also
Yeah,
not the end of the line. Like, you need to do so much more than that.
yeah, I guess, but I don't know. It's just a little puzzling to me to imagine a stream being worth $200 million.
Um, it's not the stream, it's the brand, right? It's the person. It's the same reason. Like, can you imagine a basketball player being worth $200 million? Did I say basketball player? Yeah, basketball player.
Yeah, well, no, not really, but I don't,
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. It's the
because
same
sports are a
concept.
joke to me, but that's fine.
Right, it's the same concept though. Like, somehow they have a value of that because they're bringing in that kind of money or whatever.
Yes, I understand. Yes, I understand that. It's just, it's ridiculous to me that the sums get that high,
Oh, for
right? It's because
sure it
it just
is.
tells you that there's so much more money rolling around the world, which most people are never going to see or get their hands on,
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
that are
talking about with.
going to completely frivolous things like a a guy who reacts to YouTube videos, or people who, you know, run really good.
But dude, it's that's what I'm saying about the Star Stable too, right? Like, they have a big piece of pie that we've never even knew existed. You know what I mean? They have a $18 million piece of pie that you never even seen before. You didn't. It wasn't even a blip on the radar, on the sonar. Imagine,
Yeah, I mean,
imagine
go
working
ahead.
full time and you have a bad day. Now imagine having that same bad day, but you have to entertain 40,000 people. I mean,
Well, streamers have bad days all the time. I don't You're not losing your entire platform on a bad day unless
right? But also
they're
plenty of
going
streamers,
really off the rails.
if they having a bad day, they just be like, no stream tonight, because you can do that,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, they set the schedule.
right? And it
But
might
also, your
affect you, but
bad day might be tempered by the fact that if you're streaming to 40,000 people, you're probably going to make uh,
whatever, 10, 20,
several
30
grand
grand.
in donations plus whatever it is. If you're streaming to 40,000 people, you are in that echelon that are getting the incredible ad deals,
You can't
like,
say
or
no to
you're
stream tonight when you're on contracts with sponsors. Dude,
okay.
but hold on.
How much better does your day get when when you're literally going to stream for tens of thousands of dollars, which if you're streaming to 40,000 people, your contracts are going to be that high.
But not only that, but the quote unquote contracts that I've seen anyways are typically like, hey, you have to stream X amount of times per month, right? It's not like you have to stream this day specifically. If it's a day specifically, it's usually a 1 or 2 or 3 day event where it's like, hey, our game's releasing, you have to do it this day. And even then, I've
I
seen
mean,
people pull out of those and be like, well, I'll just forego the money that I was going to get and be, you know what I mean? It's not like, so here's the thing, right? The same thing happens to people with a regular 9 to 5, except you can't
Yes,
just fucking
exactly.
bail. You
The
can't. You
audience
don't get to
isn't
just miss days.
I don't think the audience is the difference maker you think it is because if you're working, if your job is what you need to pay your rent, right? You having a bad day doesn't matter. You can't get fired, right? Or else the lights aren't going on or whatever.
Right.
So you still got to suck it up.
You also don't have to dance and entertain for 8 hours, but that's, I mean, that's the nature of the job, though, right? The people who like to dance and entertain probably don't want to work at the fucking steel mill either. And the people
Yeah.
at the
Well,
steel mill have to work at the steel mill in 90, 100-degree weather every day. Doesn't mean it's not hard. I kind of, I agree with you to a degree. Streaming isn't not hard, but it also isn't, it's a different form of labor. You know what I mean? Or it's a different form of work.
yeah, I agree that it's draining, but if you're going to put the work of a streamer next to a guy working construction, we're going to have a prob. You know what I mean? It's like some labor is harder than others. It doesn't mean it's better. I'm not saying one's better than the other.
Well,
Okay? What I'm saying is some
I might
takes
say
a
that.
lot more effort.
I might say that. Having infrastructure in your fucking society is pretty important. Making sure your
Well,
roads
yes,
are
no, I mean, I
drivable.
agree. I'm not saying I would agree that maybe a construction worker is more valuable to society than a streamer,
Right.
but that's not the conversation we're having here. It's not
Right. Right.
about
Right. Right.
that value. It's about the level of work required to maintain that,
Right.
right? And if you're not feeling right, right, I feel like 8 hours exhausted on a you know
Yeah,
black
if you're having
road.
a shitty day and you have to go work construction, or you have to go have a shitty day and sit in front of your computer, and I know I'm downplaying by saying sit in front of your computer, but I'll tell you right now for 100% certainty, I'll do the sitting on my computer.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I've never had to stream in front of 40,000 people, but you literally don't see the audience. It's literally a number, right? Like you see the chat streaming by, right? It's actually no physical difference between you streaming to that many people and streaming to 40
Although, to
people,
be
right?
fair, there is definitely pressure when you know you have more eyes on you. Like when Knox was streaming and he was in his Fortnite tournament shit, when he got like rated by Fortnite and all of a sudden he has like 40,000 people watching him, going from like whatever 50, 100 maybe. Like
Yes.
there's some
Okay.
intense
So yes, the
stress there.
first time that happens, even the first few times it happens, it's probably nerve-wracking. I got no problem with that.
Yeah.
But if that's your standard audience,
Yeah,
you
you
know what
probably
I'm
get
saying?
pretty used to it.
You'd probably get acclimated to it at some point.
Or even get to the point it's not even a full-time job, it's your whole life. You have to stream be online 24/7. Regular job is 8 hours. I don't think that's true that you
Yes
have to be
and
online
no.
24/7.
You don't and yes, there are issues with, a lot of big streamers have to when they take a vacation, they lose a chunk of their income, right? But we're talking like top end that are losing huge
Not only that,
I don't
if you're that big where you're making that kind of money, you're not editing or posting on TikTok or on other people's streams. You don't XQC isn't off visiting, like making connections on fucking Twitch. And he ain't editing his own videos, that's
I
for
mean, a
damn
lot of
sure.
streamers of that size have teams. They have managers. They
Right.
have people who run their shit. It's not a solo experience anymore.
I don't think you have to constantly be on Twitch. You probably have to plan your content to some degree, but like that's, I mean, that's the nature of being a content creator. Once you get to that point, well, yeah. Here's the difference, right? Being a content creator, you're self-employed, so you were taking on all of the responsibility, so that if you make it big, you get all the reward, right? It's the same as starting a business. When someone starts a new business, like say they would start like a fucking, I don't know, convenience store, you're taking on all the responsibility in the hopes that it pays off in the long run. So yeah, there's a lot of work there, but like comparing it to being an employee for someone else, it's really difficult to do that because they're not the same. When you're doing your own business, it has to be your life if you want to be successful.
You make it sound real gross.
It is. It is. It's for the people who are passionate about whatever they want to make their own business for. That's why when you work for someone else, you don't have any of the responsibility of like, hey, if this fails, I'm fucked and all my employees are fucked and you know what I mean? Like then you just go and look for another job, quote unquote, but like it's a lot less loss. You didn't invest 14 of your years of your life in the you know, business.
Mm,
You got your
as much.
paycheck.
You
You
didn't
got your
invest as
paycheck.
much.
Huh?
You didn't invest as much.
Yes. I mean, yes, there is an investment. Obviously, anywhere you spend your time is an investment, but you still got
And
paid for all your hours, et cetera, et cetera.
you hope.
Well, you should. Otherwise, you should
You
get the fuck
hope.
out there. Internships can blow me. I don't understand that shit at all.
Okay. See, you thought we weren't going to have any content. We already tangented for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah, and we're not even close. We got another hour, and we're fucking. We got. You gonna make Love Island? You want to do like a 30-minute stand up of Love Island, impromptu speech? I know
All
you
right.
could.
Is this the challenge?
I know you could.
The Love Island challenge. Okay, so I wanted to bring up Love Island because I'm a sucker for fucking dumbass reality shows. I understand, and I understand they're incredibly overproduced and they're essentially fake, right? Almost, not almost, but all reality shows are
Did you watch
essentially.
Jersey Shore?
No, I did not. They're not scripted, but they're heavily designed, I should say, right? So they have storylines in mind that they want to have. Yes, the people on these like dating reality shows have some element of freedom. That's kind of where the drama comes from.
Yeah, but
But at the same time, producers are behind the scenes suggesting things or
they're
planning
also
things.
picking people who are gonna be dramatic and interesting, right?
Yes,
Entertaining to watch.
yes, the audience, yes, but even when they've picked the people, they're like there's a certain level of playing ball that you have to do while you're
Right.
on the show or whatever.
Right.
So anyway, one of my favorites is Love Island.
Give me the premise of this whole
dating.
thing, please.
This is okay. So Love Island is basically they take a resort. This is originally a British show. Okay. So there's 3 iterations of Love Island. There's Love Island the original, then there's Love Island Australia, and there's Love Island US.
Okay.
The US one you can just throw it out the fucking window.
That good.
The UK one is the one that I watch. I've dabbled in the Australian ones, but it never grabbed me. Anyway, so they pick like 10 people right off the bat, 5 men and 5 women to go on into this resort, this like remote spot in Spain or whatever, in Majorca or whatever. And they get onto this resort. It's not even a resort; it's like a villa or some shit. And they have to match up, right? They get into a couple, right? And then they do shit, and they sit around and talk to one another, and there's drama. And then after a week or whatever, they recouple, where like men have to like pick the women they want to be with, or vice versa, or whatever. And then extra people end up coming in. So
Oh.
if more people come in, and then the people who aren't in a couple, they get dumped from the island, and they have to go home. So eventually, these more people are coming in. Everybody's meeting new people. Yada yada yada. The relationships form, and then eventually they whittle it down to like 3 or 4 couples, and then those couples enter the final, and one couple wins. I don't know, $150,000 or some shit. I don't know. So it's basically it takes place over like the whole summer. Like one of like a couple of the seasons get up to like 60 episodes. They just like
What
air
the
an hour
fuck?
of every day. They air an hour of every day that happens in this villa, right?
60 episodes.
So anyway, I love this stupid shit, all right, because of all the dumb drama. But I recognize that it's bad and also maybe a little bit unhealthy for my psyche.
Okay, why?
Um
You're expecting to get kicked off an island?
No, it's because let me just give you a little rundown of this season, okay?
Wait, how many seasons has there been of the British one?
Shit, I don't know. I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I don't know.
Oh, give me small,
say a
5,
number.
10, 15?
I think is this 8?
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah, I don't know if Is it 8 or 18? I don't know, man.
8 or
Okay.
18? That's a huge difference.
I know it is a huge difference. I don't know for sure. I
All right,
think
that's
it's 8.
fine. Okay, moving on. That's fine.
Anyway, so this season, and this isn't atypical of all the other seasons. This is fairly typical. So this season, one of the guys, his name is Zach, okay? And this guy's 6'5". He's the tallest one in the villa, right?
I already
Every
know he's a
motherfucking
douche.
yeah, every motherfucking girl wants a piece of Zach, okay? You know, they all want their turn talking to Zach. They all choose him. If they're new to the island, he's the one they've got their eye on, you know? 9. Okay, 9
Thank you,
seasons. This
Larla.
is season 9. Thank you.
That's why you got a diamond.
Um, damn, you know how long it took me to get a diamond? 30 years. I don't even know if I have one. I just have mod, don't I?
You can't have both.
Anyway. Anyway.
Like literally, you can't. Not like I'm forbidding it.
Um,
Also, you didn't have to pay for yours.
yeah, relax. It's okay. I'm not trying to pay. Anyway, so they played a Never Have I Ever game, and it's like they did like a Never Have I Ever cheated, right? And Zach drinks up. He's like, "Yeah, I cheated a couple of times." Right. And
Yeah,
it's just like it's just this like classic douchey guy who does whatever the fuck he wants and doesn't really feel bad about it or have it feel like there's any consequences.
sure.
Yet people want him, right? It doesn't matter to the women on this
Well, because
show. They don't care.
it's pretty syndrome, right? Attractive syndrome.
Yes, right, yes, of course. So it's incredibly shallow. It's just incredibly superficial, right? They don't really care that much about people's personalities, even though you see plenty of people go on the show, right? Right when they get to the island, all the questions like, "Oh, what's your type? What are you into?" Right? And people will be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm into personality." It's like, no, you're not, but that's fine.
I'm just looking for a
Well,
smart
personality
guy.
only matters once you reach a certain threshold of hotness, right? Like if I consider you hot, then we worry about your personality.
Right, and then even then, if the other guy's way hotter, that might trump this guy being
Right.
kind
But
of smart.
anyway, so I'm watching the show, and of course, this giant of a guy is like pulling all these ladies, and it's just like, I don't know. It just kind of demoralizes me because I'm trying to get back into the dating scene. It's like
Yeah, but you're not. You're also. I mean, it's a different
I
ball
know it's a
game.
whole different. Yes, I understand. I'm never
How tall did you say it was? 6'8"?
6'5".
6'5"? You're looking at him. You're like, you could have given me 5 inches and you'd still be winning, and I could
Yeah,
be
he'd
just
still
living
be
a great life.
6'8". Yeah, and I'd be 5'8". Big deal.
5'8" with 5 inches? Damn, Stas. It's
It's
just
like you
always.
forget every time.
I do, dude. 5'8" with 5 bonus inches.
It's just that I don't know. I'm gonna get a little vulnerable here. I don't want to be a shallow or superficial person, right? But it does feel nice if someone thinks you're fucking hot, right?
Well, yeah.
And it's just that's never happened to me. You know what I mean?
Never.
I mean, someone may have thought I was cute, but I don't think anyone would have ever described me as hot.
Well, no one describes me as hot either.
I understand that, but it's not a contest. I'm not in a contest with you.
Who are you
All
in a
I'm
contest
saying,
with?
the world. All I'm saying is that it would have been nice to experience that. And it's disappointing to me when I watch the show and it's like, well, that's not something I get to do.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's nice
to
to
me,
be
you
wanted,
don't
I
like gender
think.
in that regard.
It's nice to be wanted for sure.
I don't know. It's not a crime to want to feel sexy, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all. I mean, yes, I know what you're saying. It's not a crime at all. Um, do you feel a big difference between wanting someone to think that you're, or like, not wanting, but you know what I'm saying, like this interest in someone finding you hot, or just being attracted to you in general? Or are you kind of
The
using that
difference between
interchangeably?
being hot or being attracted.
Yeah, like when you talk about this, are you specifically saying about someone being like, wow, he's really hot, or are you just talking about like someone being attracted to you in general?
I mean, at the end of the day, I want someone to be attracted to me. Like that's but there is a certain appeal
To
to
being
being so
sexy.
physically attractive that it almost doesn't matter how much of a dog shit person you are, right? Like let's say Zach was a completely nice person, right? It didn't like the interest of all the women in the villa doesn't change. they still wanna get to know him. Now, maybe they don't stick around. Maybe they're like, "Ew, he's an asshole. I don't wanna be around him." But it's like at the outset, they don't give 2 shits about it, right?
Right.
Me, I'm a fungus, bro. I gotta grow on your ass,
I'm a
okay?
fungus.
I have to I will initially disappoint you, and I have to work my way in. Do you
Persistence
understand?
is your charm.
Yeah, so it's like the difference between like, imagine me and Zach are 2, um, door-to-door salesmen, right?
Yeah.
And all Zach has to do is show up to the door, and the housewives are like, "Hells yeah, get in here and sell me a vacuum,"
Yeah.
right? But me, I have to fucking jam my foot in the door and be like, "No, no, 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 wait, I have a
Just let me
deal
show
for
you the
you, right?
vacuum, lady.
I gotta put in work."
Yeah, but it's like we were saying before about how he has the attractive person syndrome, right? It's a double-edged sword. If you had that, you wouldn't be the person you are.
Yes, I understand
Potentially.
that, but I
Probably.
mean, I understand there's 2 sides of it. I'm just saying the other side, I'm not sure it's on balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're admiring the greenness right now. The greenness of the
I don't know.
grass.
No, no. What I'm saying is the price to be paid for being hot is not as steep as it is to not be, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, it is because you're
I
then
guess
then you'd be
the
a
overall point
vapid
is
you'd be a
watching Love
vapid
Island.
shitty person, man.
Yeah, watching Love Island isn't perhaps good for my self-esteem going into the dating scene.
It for sure isn't. I mean, those are you don't want to be dating those chicks anyways.
I understand that. It's not the women I'm focused on, right? It's
It's
the
the dudes.
attention that these guys get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's the attention from the women that
The
you
reason
aren't
I
interested
watch
in.
the show is because of the drama, right?
Yeah, just saying the attention that you're envious of is from people that you're not interested in.
Yes, I know, but even if I was interested in them, I'm not getting that level of attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm not walking into a room and turning heads.
Maybe
Some
you just
people
go.
don't get to have that in their lives. Do you understand?
Yeah,
And
that's
I think
most
it's
people.
sad.
That's me. That's Knox. That's Herc. I
Okay?
don't know. I don't know what Herc looks like.
I mean, different people are turning a different number of heads, okay? And so I've lived my life with a level of self-esteem of thinking there's no heads. No one's
Well, just
turning
because you think
anything.
it doesn't mean it's not happening.
I understand that. Yes, I understand
Bro,
that.
I saw you
However,
walk up to my apartment 10 years ago, 15 years ago, wearing that fedora, and I'll guarantee you heads turned.
not for the reasons I wanted them to, but yeah.
Little goblin walking down the street with a fedora on? Who's
Yeah,
not double taking that?
I blended right in on Young Street.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
God. Does the stream know I used to wear a fedora all the time? I think they do. Maybe
I
they
don't
don't.
know. There's no way it's not come up yet. We're 6 months in.
Yeah. I made some questionable fashion choices in my life, and that's on me.
Well, you know what, dude? That's fine. You know, you're experimenting. You're trying to peacock.
I was trying to peacock a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm
It
sure
just
it
so
worked.
it just is unfortunate that I experimented most of my 20s away.
Yeah, yeah. That's the ish.
I never got a successful experiment, you know what I mean? I didn't do a Thomas Edison and finally figure out that fucking light bulb, you
Maybe
know?
you just need one more try, dude.
Yeah, maybe I did.
The cane pocket, you would have been rolling in pussy.
Yeah, shit. Just you really want that, don't you?
Yeah, I want it. See the
Thanks,
fedora being part
Larla.
of it.
It
Yeah.
was. It did used to be.
Let me ask you, when you were peak fedora wearing, was it every day or was it like
Yeah.
you
Okay, so
you'd
I
leave the house
did.
and be like, let me grab a fedora?
Yes, I liked wearing the hat. I did receive compliments on it, okay?
Well,
It
yeah.
wasn't all bad, you know what I mean? Because there's a very big fedora wearing stereotype going around. I never wore it with shorts,
Oh,
okay? It was
classy.
always with pants. I mean, I didn't do the shorts in the fedora. Even I knew that that was a bridge too far.
That was a that was a
I did
taboo.
increase the number of hats I had. I originally had 1, and then I kind of got a couple of more because,
Yeah, you needed one for
um,
your casual, one for
I
your
inherited
dress.
one from, like, my uncle, one from my, like, great-grandfather or something, I have a couple of them, and a couple of them are very nice.
You ever wear it with a
Um,
duster? Didn't you inherit a duster or something like that?
I did I inherited a, trench coat.
Yeah. Did you ever wear it with that? Dick
No,
Tracy?
because I've never worn the trench coat because it just feels like dressing up, and I've never had something I needed to dress up for.
Do you have it still?
The trench coat? Yeah, it's in storage.
Okay, if you go get Timmy, I have to request that we get a fedora trench coat picture.
I'll see. We'll see if I can get to my hat box.
Yeah, if you can
The
make that
thing is, I
happen.
still own them, and I am not opposed to wearing a fedora or some other similar type of hat, um, a Panama or something along those
The fuck's a
lines.
Panama?
It's a hat that many people would confuse with a fedora.
Let me look at this up. How do you
But
spell this?
anyway,
Chat and I need to know what this looks like.
okay, fine.
Panama or Panama?
Panama, Panama, like the country.
Okay. Panama. Oh, I gotta type in hat probably, huh?
Yeah,
Hat. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay.
like a wider brim, right?
Yeah. Does it?
Or a smaller
So a
brim.
fedora has like the curl on it, and this has like a flatter thing.
I think
This
so.
is flatter, and this, yeah. Panamas are
So
sick, dude.
yeah. So I like hats.
See
Like
this
I
thing?
that hasn't gone away. You just have to I just feel like you have to have the right wardrobe for it. If I'm dressing up, if I'm in a dress shirt and slacks with a belt or whatever and like nice shoes, I think a fedora or a Panama or whatever is perfecly fine,
Oh,
right?
100%. You get a cane and some like white slacks, dude. Ooh.
Yeah. Did I
Ooh.
tell the stream I also had a vanity cane for a little while?
Well, you had all the pieces, but you never wore it together.
I did wear it together.
You could look
I
like
did.
fucking what's his name? The guy from Jurassic Park, except younger.
Yeah. Um So, yeah, I did have some pieces. God, I was a loser. What do you want me to tell you?
Got news for you,
But yes,
buddy.
I feel like in the right circumstances, all those accessories are perfectly acceptable. You just have to understand when that is.
Yeah, he had the cane, but not the pocket. That's
I
why it
even
flopped.
brought the cane to a wedding once, you know, my
Well,
vanity cane.
the thing
That's
is,
where to go take it though, because I'm dressed up.
dude, the thing is, like, yeah, during prom and like homecoming, I remember people that were on court had vanity canes and shit. So it's not that
Yeah,
far
but I
fetched, you
wasn't
know.
17.
No, it doesn't matter. It's dressing up, you know. It's a dress up. It's a
Okay, let me ask you this. Did you ever have any questionable fashion choices that you really held on to?
yeah, dude. All throughout high school, I refused to cut my hair like regularly, so I just was a shaggy mop. I just was so like, and I just
You
had.
don't cut your hair now.
But yeah, but now it's just long. That's just what it's supposed to be. This was like in between. I just held it at that in between phase my entire high school career. I had pierced
Mm.
ears for a while. That probably wasn't my best look.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's like, really me?
I have an ear cuff.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I
You think
felt
that
like it
accents
added.
the fedora?
I feel like it added a little something. No, the ear cuff and the fedora were never on. They were on separate timelines. They never intersected.
I need you to get all of your fucking fashion trends and put them into one picture. Like, get them all in one, dude. Did you have a bow tie phase?
No,
I
I
feel like
hate
that would have
ties.
worked for you. I feel like a bow tie would
No,
have been a
gross.
Stas phase.
No, I hate ties of any kind.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm not a super fashion guy. Like, I dyed my hair for a little bit. I had red hair for a little bit, but that was mostly Jen's doing, my ex's doing. She really wanted it. I was like, okay, fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Right, it's on her dime.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it myself. I'm trying to think. I don't.
I wore 2 watches. I mentioned that.
Oh God,
One
that's
on each
right.
wrist.
You know what's funny? Every time you say that, I think of this, or maybe it's vice versa. I guess because you did that a long time ago, didn't you?
Yeah, when I was in high school.
Yeah, and well, there's an episode in Psych where this guy, he's like a government agent, and he has two he has 2 watches. It was kind of like a crux of the episode or whatever, linchpin, and it just reminds me of you, or you of it, or whatever. You're gonna get busted. Don't do that. It's a easy way to identify you without seeing your face. So
Well,
no
I
one
don't
fucking
even
wears
wear
double
any
watches.
watches anymore, so it's not a problem.
Why not? Would you wear a watch, or you just over it?
Well, if I had 2, yeah.
You wouldn't wear one?
I like two because it evens out the wrists. I mean, I could just wear a bracelet on the other one.
You have
That would
one
be
on each
cool.
hand?
Yes, I had one on each hand.
You didn't double up on one arm?
No, I did not double on one arm. I had one on each arm, one on each wrist,
Why?
rather.
Is it so you don't have to turn your head if you're looking one way and need to see the
I
time?
don't know. I liked the symmetry.
Were they exact same models?
I mean, I liked how the watch. No, they were different. I liked how the watch looked on one arm, right? So if I like how the watch looks on one arm, why wouldn't I like how the watch looks on the other one?
It's funny, when I was younger, I had a big thing about symmetry. Like if I was playing a game or if I was like drawing a character or something, like I needed symmetry. I couldn't, like when people did like a pauldron on one arm, one shoulder, you know what I mean? I'm like, that's dumb.
Right,
Give it, he needs two, man. Or if I had
right,
like I had a little mech, I had a mech, and instead of having like two different weapons on
right.
each
You
shoulder,
had
like
seen when anyone drew a gladiator.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's like, dude, what are you doing? What are you gonna do with one shoulder protected? Your other shoulder's exposed, you dumbass. You know, I just wanted everything symmetrical.
Yeah, I hear you. Ah, dang. So yeah, that's my Love Island watching. The other big show I'm into is, and which is just as bad as Love Island, although it's probably a little bit worse. Here's my stance on reality shows: is that American reality shows are incredibly overproduced, um, to the point where they're unwatchable. I cannot get into any of the U.S. ones except Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh my
Okay.
god, what's
Now,
wrong with
Bachelor
you?
in Paradise is where they take contestants that were on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette and they throw them onto an island where they basically do the same thing as Love Island. New people come on, other people get voted off or not voted off, but not picked, and so they're sent away. It's basically the same thing. Okay. But it's people who are on The Bachelor. Okay.
Wait, okay, so you won't watch the Bachelor, but you watch Bachelor in Paradise or whatever?
No, I don't watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I would never watch any of them, but I love Bachelor in Paradise for some reason. Okay, and they're so bad, and it's just it's so bad it's good for me, right? And it just sort of scratches that kind of like, let's pretend we're having a romance itch thing.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm a sucker for stupid romance because I'm a lonely old man, and that's where I get my fix. Okay.
You're not old, buddy.
Anyway, most other US dating reality shows or whatever, there's just too incredibly overproduced. The UK Love Island, it got to that point. It is at that point now where I feel like it's overdone. To me, the best seasons of Love Island were the first 3. And it's very hard for me to top.
Well, you keep watching every season because you're hoping for something, aren't you? You're hoping for a new best season.
Yeah, I am. I'm always hoping. That's where all those people come from. I understand that's where they come from. I understand Bachelor in Paradise comes from
Bachelor and Bachelorette.
The Bachelor and Bachelorette. Yeah, I understand that. It's just that for some reason the formula of Bachelor in Paradise works on
Right,
me,
because it's
where
the
the
Love
other
Island
ones
formula. You like that.
right.
You don't want to see the stupid
I don't
dates and shit.
yeah, yeah, it's like multiple guys and multiple girls. Bachelor and
Stas
Bachelorette
wants
are
an
like
orgy, not a harem.
yeah, I hate harem. So, it's harems are like a very big genre in anime
Wait,
and
you hate harem? Don't you love
yes, I
fucking
can't
visual
stand them.
novels, which are pretty much harem,
Yes, I get that, but I prefer the ones
where you're
which
playing multiple
you
dudes?
where you pick one. No, where you have to pick a love interest and stick with that.
But still,
So,
it's
yeah,
one dude and a bunch of chicks.
harems or reverse harems, it's just they got old for me really quick because it's just like it's to me, it's like a very immature fantasy, you know? It's like, I want all the dudes or all the girls interested in just me, and it's just tiring,
Yeah.
right? And that's essentially what The Bachelor or Bachelorette is, like, everybody's chasing one person, and that doesn't hold any appeal to me because it's like, let's live in the real world where there's more than one stupid option.
You think the real world has more than one stupid option?
Oh, the people on a okay, well, that's fine. Maybe that's why I like Love Island. I don't know, if it has
Oh,
that same formula.
Love Island has people from the Australian Bachelor?
I didn't know that. They've never really mentioned that to me on the show from what I could tell.
Wait, wait, wait. So the UK Love Island has Australian Bachelor?
No.
The
She
UK
may just be talking about UK Bachelor, or maybe she's talking about Australian Bachelor, Bachelorette. I don't know.
we're gonna need clarification, Laurel.
Anyway, it's actually it's way more upfront on Bachelor in Paradise because that's how they talk to each other. Oh, you're from season 3, or you're from you're from Layla's season or whatever, or you're from Dan's season or whatever. That's how they talk. Like, oh, that's where you're from, or yada
Ah,
yada
yeah.
yada.
Both but separate. Oh, okay.
Um,
Interesting.
and then they don't have those conversations on Love Island, but that makes sense. I don't hate that.
Interesting.
Good to know. So yeah, that's what I watch. I watch trash, but I also had it on. I also have those kinds of shows on when I'm just doing work, and I'll just have it on as a background or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's your background noise during the workday.
Yeah. Most of the several seasons, last season of Love Island, I had to stop like halfway through. I couldn't stand any of the people on the show. It got to me. I hated it.
You know what's funny that that I'm tangenting hard.
Sure.
You say you're watching stuff in the background kind of while you're working, and how Sol was saying earlier how like streamers like it requires a lot of effort. It really depends on the person, because I had read that Amaranth, like she said it herself, I think that she regularly she will watch other streams or watch movies or TV shows while she does some of her streams.
Yeah, when you just like
when she's doing like ASMR shit, she'll just sit there for
when you're
hours
doing
watching a
ASMR,
movie.
all you have to do is
Maybe,
right?
you know what? Get yourself a little voice changer. Start up a cute little, Stas Lita page.
And some big streamers, they don't really interact with their chat, right? Like,
Oh, for sure not.
I know it's a thing that a lot of people do, but a lot of people also don't.
Right.
And that's if you don't have to constantly be monitoring your chat.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a huge load off.
100%. 100%. You definitely lose touch of like the community, or you have a different kind of relationship than if you have a smaller stream. But yeah. Not that I watch, but she also doesn't need to do it. ASMR. She makes over $1 million a month. Well, this is something she said she did.
Absolutely does ASMR.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't need to.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she's an outlier for sure, but
she's rich, bro. She's rich as fuck.
Yeah. Good for her. Okay.
She just posted about having some serious health issues. Poor girl.
Yeah, you really feel for her?
I feel for anyone having health issues, man. It sucks.
I mean, it does, but
yeah, well, they have, yes, I understand. Like,
I mean, there's health issues, and then there's health issues in not knowing how you're going to pay for it. Like, those are
right.
I
get that, but it doesn't take away from the fact that there's health issues.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, some streamers, they take health hits because they feel pressured to stream all the time. There's probably countless streamers who fucking are addicted to Adderall.
Oh God.
Or whatever, or have other substance abuse problems from all the streaming. It's a hazard.
Anyone who is, yeah, it's not good. Substance abuse, not good in any direction, right?
Yeah, you don't want that work to be, but like any job, you don't want. It's unhealthy for the industry when that sort of work is rewarded, right? Because it's like that sort of behavior.
You don't want that to be the standard.
Yeah, you want that to be the standard, but the system kind of encourages you to be streaming as much as possible, right? It almost encourages that sort of behavior.
It does, but that's just like
you lose so many people anytime you're not streaming for any.
Yeah, but that's just like the nature of the beast. Like you have to I don't think you can like put in some sort of regulation and be like, hey, you can only stream 16 hours a day. You know what I mean? Like you don't want Twitch to be regulating that shit. It has to be open to so people can abuse it in that way. And if it, I don't know, people will watch that shit because it is interesting to see people go over the top and exaggerate shit.
That's true.
And that's just an unfortunate, it really shows, it holds a mirror up to society and what we fucking like.
Well, yeah, I feel
more
like
so
a
than
lot
what
of
people
people
are
don't
doing.
really care about what goes on behind the scenes. They want the happy fun times. They want the entertainment and they want it all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a lack of understanding about what goes into creating that. I get that. I understand that. I understand that that creates a pressure on content creators to keep creating content at all times, right? Like we look at the
Right.
state of YouTube and like what videos have to be made in order to actually get hits or like what the thumbnails have to look like
Yeah.
in
Fucking
order
little
to garner
Mizzy.
traffic or whatever, right? Like it's not a system which encourages like, diversity or just like being interesting. It's kind of like farming people to get
Well, it's
what they
because
you need out of them, and then that it creates a weird feedback loop where you're constantly have to do that to an insane degree to keep up.
it's
You're
a
on a treadmill.
this is yeah. So it's addictive if XQC goes live and gets 50K streaming. At that point, you can't do anything in life without thinking you should be streaming right now. Yeah,
That's true, but that's
but
also a mindset issue.
yes, that's that's part of the burden of entering that field of work, right? Like you have to figure out how to balance that in your life.
People who are at that level ain't starving, right? They have to like I have less sympathy for people way at the top because they should understand the concept of enough,
Right.
right? They could stream three quarters of what they normally stream and
And be just
make
fine.
a be just fine, make a good living, make more money than me and says are combined for
Well,
essentially the rest of our lives.
yeah, in one
Okay.
month.
Yeah, they're fine. That's a balance they have to strike. Okay. Yes, they will lose viewers. However, they will not lose them all.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you ever see where
Uh,
big people take a break and they come back? Like the comeback streams are fucking huge. Like Tyler won, right? Didn't he get banned for a while? Then he had a comeback stream that just like it was broke records or some shit. Like once you can
yeah,
almost get to a point where you're like too big to fail
yeah.
almost.
It's like a boom and bust. It's like an up and down, right? So the downside is that you're going to lose a lot, but you get a bunch back when you come back, right? So it's almost, I mean, I think a lot of big streamers, they view like taking a vacation as a double hit because they're not getting paid while they're taking the vacation and also they're losing money by
Right.
losing subs and whatnot, which, okay, I get it. Okay. But when you're at that level, making that kind of money, I don't know. Whatever. You're making it back as soon as you start the stream up again. I don't know.
Just maybe go crazy if you're not streaming. Well, yeah, the thing is, here's the thing with the Clint Eastwood comment. I think a lot of people who become successful in whatever industry they're in, whether it's like acting or content creation, or even if it's your fucking career as like a writer or like I don't know. Somehow you're gonna identify with your job, right? It's gonna become part of you. And so even if you have the money, like it's hard to just cut off a piece of your identity, right? Either it's passion, either you're really passionate about the work, or it's so ingrained into you that like you can't just step away, right? Like my buddy he's a third generational farmer, and his grandpa before he passed he was well past retirement, but he couldn't not go to the farm. He didn't even live on the farm anymore, but he came there every day because that's just that's him. He was a farmer. He needed to come back. He had his knees were shot. He was like even on his way out. I mean, he had like I think he had a colostomy bag at one point. He was fighting off cancer. He still fucking came to the farm because that's who he was. He was a farmer. He had to be on the farm fixing shit because that was his entire life. That was his identity. You just can't escape it, you know?
Yep.
At some point it's not about the money.
Right. I mean, at some point, people who make that kind of money by doing that kind of constant work have to put a value on their time and say, hey, you know what? I don't need to be making it all the time. I can take a break. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, it's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard.
No,
I'm
no,
sure it is
yeah.
hard.
But it's definitely
But
something that you need to wrestle with just almost as an individual. It's not even about
if
the
you're at the level where you can own multiple homes, right? I think you need to be able to learn when taking a step, when enough is enough. But, I mean, we're lazy fucks. We're not trying to work the rest of our lives, but I don't understand that grind set. So,
if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, Stas.
no, that's gross. Yeah, it is work. When you need it to live, it doesn't matter how much you love it, it's fucking work. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to our audience.
Oh no, I know that. I don't. The thing is, I can't. I think there might be people out there like that, but I think like I love doing art, but art is fucking hard. Art
Sure.
is very hard and
Well,
like
and there are absolutely times when you
frustrating.
think of it as work instead of
Oh, it's
something
work
you wanna do.
most of the time.
Yeah. It's like when you're drawing trucks.
Yeah. Well, when I'm drawing fucking Violet over here, it's like this is work. It's taking up time. Like, yeah, am I enjoying drawing some sexy ass tits right now? Fuck yeah. But like, do I want to be playing Valorant instead? Kinda. I don't know. Maybe that means I have a Valorant addiction or gaming addiction rather than
I mean, yeah, you do. We could just talk about your league career.
don't. League is particularly bad for me. Like Valorant, I don't play solo queue. I don't play by myself. League, I would play all fucking day by myself, no problem.
Yeah, it was a problem.
It was, dude. And then you know what's wild is the year before I had that, went through the same thing. And I'm like, that was really bad. I shouldn't do that again. And then all of a sudden it rolled around, snuck up on me. I'm like, here we fucking go. Let's double down even. Let's go longer. Oh god, that was bad. I just need to stay away from that game.
Yeah, maybe it's better for you to do that. But you won't need to. We have Valorant, and then we'll have Hardcore Classic WoW,
Oh yeah, there's
and, we'll
a
have our
lot on the
time killed.
horizon.
Yeah. Zero Dawn style.
Like someone
Horizon
like
Zero
Leo.
Dawn video game.
What is that?
Video game.
Isn't that single player?
Like an open world. Yeah, I know, I was just making a reference, man.
Oh, okay. I don't
I'm
know
not
that
saying
one. That's
play
with the
it.
mechanical dinosaurs?
Yes.
It looked cool. I remember seeing. Yeah, there's so many single player games I look at and I'm like, that looks kind of cool. And then I'm like, oh, it's single player. I don't give a shit. Like I just can't. I want to because they have really cool mechanics or very cool like settings, worlds, and characters.
Maybe you just need to dig in once, you know?
I tried, dude. Actually, there was okay. So in the past like 15 years, there was one single player game that I played through and finished, and it was Ori and the Blind Forest. I beat it in a day. It was very short, but uh, I finished it. It was good. I loved the art. The story was really cool.
Okay.
I mean, actors don't need to live in. It's like someone like Leo has been acting since he was 13 and now 50, probably till he dies. What's your
I mean,
point, though?
they're not
Yeah.
acting every single Leo is not acting every single day of his life.
Yeah, no.
Okay? With the rate of that he's in movies, what is he working half the year? Maybe?
Yeah. Or when the project's interesting enough for him to accept.
Yeah, and they still make bank regardless. It's like like these stars are not just doing it. I mean, maybe they're doing it because they want to, but they're also getting paid
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Shit. I'll fucking get in front of a camera and make dumb faces. Be the best actor you ever seen in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, you
Just
probably could
make
have because you're so unique, you know, you waddle up in a fucking fedora and you're short. You might have like that niche
No, I'm just
uniqueness.
gonna yeah, well, my brand is gonna be the young Danny DeVito, you
Oh,
know?
okay, shit, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting old, he can't do what he used to
He's
do.
getting
That's
yeah.
me, I'm stepping up,
Dude, I
alright?
would die if you like you replace Danny DeVito's character in It's Always Sunny just for like a season or something or like one episode, and they're just like, "What the fuck is? Who is this?" That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, yeah,
Would you say Danny DeVito's the like the most like the a famous actor you most identify as or with?
likely, yeah.
I never really thought
Dude,
about that.
yeah, yes.
I don't know who I would go with.
Who else would there be?
For you?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. Someone short? Elijah Wood?
I mean, I like Elijah Wood too. I like the short guys. Elijah Wood, who's the other one? Um, Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I got a soft spot for them because 'cause they're short guys, you know what I mean?
yeah. But they got
Good for
full
them.
heads of hair, man. You need a baldy.
Hey, the thing about the baldness is I It doesn't carry any weight with me. I like being bald. I chose to be bald even before I lost my hair. I still haven't really lost it. I could grow it in. Not that bad, but I like it.
Could you get it long enough to do a Danny DeVito, like a Frank Reynolds?
Give me a picture.
Oh God, yes. Frank Reynolds. Talking like this, man. It's getting
Yeah,
getting
I have
wild.
that kind of hair. I have way more hair than that.
Yeah, but you could get it that long? I don't know. Some people just can't get it going.
Oh, well, I would have to it would have to grow for a while, but yeah, I could probably get it there. My hair might kink, like it might curl before it gets like that.
Oh, really? You got the
I've never had it. I mean, I've never had to grow it out that long, but yeah, it might.
That would be hilarious. He's so old now, dude. I didn't realize it because I've always watched him in new seasons of Always Sunny, and he must dye his hair for the show. And then I saw him one time on like some late night show, and he had like white hair, like Gandalf the White.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
he's old.
I didn't realize it when he dyes his hair black like that. I'm like, oh shit. I guess that makes a huge difference for how old he looks.
Yeah. I'm starting to get a couple grays myself.
You dyeing your hair
I see them more and more. No, I'm not gonna dye my hair.
ever?
Look so natural, no one can tell. Just for men gel.
But I don't think that's a thing once you get to that point. You just get too addicting or involved in wanting to be relevant. You do it till you die or get canceled or fall off. I don't think it's greed. I don't know it. No, to some degree, because people like Ninja who made fucking bank, now he like streams super casually. He doesn't give a shit. He plays whatever game he wants to. I don't think he tries to stay relevant
Yeah,
or
I mean,
top the
I'm only
lists.
saying you have to understand enough relative to how much you're streaming. Like
Right.
Leo and all these people who are doing their things for fun or because they love it, like they're also not feeling a pressure to stream every day, right? That's what I'm saying. Like you have to understand when to take breaks, right? And if there's a portion and if you're super addicted to the feeling of, well, I'm awake, I might as well make money, right? You need to take a step fucking back. You need to understand when enough is
Yeah. Well,
for your own mental health
it's probably
and
a
physical
different
health,
kind of
really.
addiction, to be honest. You can't take long breaks for acting. Yeah, you can. Fucking Brendan
Well,
Fraser
yeah,
just did it.
there's plenty of people who can.
Brendan Fraser
Um,
just had a fucking comeback and a
it's
half.
entirely possible. Yes, you can fall out of the limelight, right? But eh, I don't know. I mean, you star in a few movies, and you're already doing fine.
Every 10 years, there's a set of actors that are in every movie. Yeah, but like that's the top of the top of the top, right? Like you can still be a very successful actor that does like Denzel Washington. If he's in a movie tomorrow, like it's like he's gonna do just fine, right? But he's not in every fucking movie. Not even close. I don't think that's true. 2 years off,
I
people forget about
mean,
you forever. I
yeah,
don't think
for a
that's
lot
true.
of stars, that's not really. I don't really see that as the case.
I think
There
that
are maybe some people who are on like that cusp, right? And they
yeah,
haven't established themselves as like
the it
well-known
thing, yeah,
A-list actors or whatever, and then they don't get a movie or something, or they don't work for a couple years, and it's like, oh yeah, forgot about them or
yeah.
whatever. Or or you're um Alvin from the Cosby Show, and you're working at Whole Foods or whatever the fuck.
The other thing is, some people, yeah, they'll have that success and then be like, you know what, that wasn't for me. I'm done. Or they have the fall from grace, right? They spend all their money on drugs and shit.
You're Amanda Bynes,
Yeah,
poor girl.
poor girl. But people have those falls and redeem themselves all the time in the acting industry, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
how
didn't
long
Tom
was
Cruise?
John Travolta's break?
Yeah, didn't Tom Cruise also get hit? He was like pretty low, and then Tropic Thunder brought him back a little bit. Then he was back on. Now he's back on
I mean, he
top,
was
dude.
always relevant, I think, but
I
yeah,
thought there was a little
something
lull
like
there where like when you got into Scientology
I'm
and it was
sure
just a
there
little
was, but
off the
yeah,
cusp.
there is a the level where it doesn't matter, where you've established yourself and you can just be gone forever, and then they'll sell you on the comeback, you know?
I wish Tom Cruise would go away. He annoys me. I like Tom Cruise
I'm not a
as an
huge guy.
actor. I
I'm not
like
a
him.
huge Tom Cruise fan myself, even though he is a short dude.
I feel like everything he
Um,
touches is entertaining. Just like, you know what I mean? Like any of the Mission Impossibles, I could pick it up and watch it and be like, hey, that was fun.
I don't know, he has that, leading man energy, which I don't get behind, like, for me, I put him and, like, Kevin Costner in the same boat. I
The
don't know,
other
there's just a
thing,
level of, like, arrogance there for me that I
well,
don't like.
the other thing that I respect the shit about with Tom Cruise is he does all his own stunts. And it's not doesn't mean like all actors should or have to, but I do respect him choosing to be like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to run it.
Eh, I don't care either way. I don't know, there's a certain level of, like, machismo going on there, I feel like, but maybe that's not the case with Tom. I don't know him. I guess I can try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm a little wary of Scientologists in general,
Well, yeah, of course.
but
Scientology is weird, man. Very
so
strange.
but yeah,
I
so
won't
I'm
watch
gonna
a movie if he's in it. Wait, so you didn't watch Tropic Thunder? Tropic Thunder is a classic, man. That shit is great. And he's a
I mean,
side
it's no Coming
character.
to America.
And he's a
But
side
that's your go-to when you think of Tom Cruise, Tropic Thunder?
No, that's the one I just have I it was I remember it because he was kind of like shunned in the public eye or whatever, and I think that was around the Scientology and like being weird on Oprah and shit.
Right, Katie Holmes
Yeah, I
and
think it
the
was around there, and he
breakup.
was kind of shunned in Hollywood or in the public eye. And then he was a surprise cameo in there, and he was dressed up like it was very
Yes,
out of character for him, but it was done well and hilarious. So it just kind of I don't know.
yes.
Oblivion was good too, actually. Yeah, I really liked Oblivion.
I liked Minority Report.
Minority
I
Report
don't
was
hate him
amazing.
so much I won't watch movies he's in.
Yeah,
Unlike Kevin Costner, who I will not watch shit he's in because I don't like him that much.
that's insane. Well, you don't like
But I'm not
Waterworld?
no, in the I dude, I hated The Postman. Did you see The Postman or The Postman?
I remember watching bits and pieces,
Oh
but it
my
didn't really stick
god.
with me.
The Postman is such Oh wait, that's Kevin Costner, not Tom Cruise. Oh yeah, we're talking about Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Holy shit, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Dances with Wolves. Yeah. Matt Damon is the only actor I won't watch. Why do you have these? How do people have these things where they won't watch certain actors?
Matt Damon has the greatest cameo of all time, I feel like, in Eurotrip.
I don't know if
Uh,
I've seen that.
oh my god, it's so good.
What is it? Tell me
And,
about it.
like, so Eurotrip is basically like these teenagers, they just graduate from high school and they go on a trip to Europe or whatever. And the main character is this guy named Scotty who just gets dumped by his girlfriend,
Is that Scotty doesn't
right?
know?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's this band that plays and they sing this super popular song Scotty doesn't know and about how the
Oh,
lead singer of the band
sleeping with
has sex with
Fiona or whatever.
Scotty's girlfriend and Scotty has no idea, right? And the lead singer of the band is Matt Damon.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I have seen that scene at least. His cameo in Thor was kind of funny. Who's cameo? Matt Damon's? I won't watch anything with that turd drop, that turd drop in Amber Heard. Uh, Amber Heard's in fucking Pineapple Express, and I'll watch that. That's hilarious.
I mean, Kevin Costner aside, there's very few actors or that I just like refuse to engage with. Like, oh, they're in it? No.
I can't believe Kevin Costner's on that list. That's wild.
God, it's just I don't know. He's just so cocky.
There's
It's
no
like
movie. Like, what about? Isn't he in Field of Dreams?
it's not that I haven't seen them. It's just that now that I don't like him, I'm not going to
The
watch them.
Bodyguard, Waterworld.
I've never seen The Bodyguard, and I don't have any desire to. I've seen Field of Dreams. Um,
Yeah, that was a
I've
fucking
seen
classic.
yeah, you're forgetting 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Seen that.
Swing Vote. I tried watching that. That was dumb. Where he's like literally the vote that decides like the mayor or the president or something like that. What else was he in? 3,000 Miles of Graceland. I don't know. I don't know what that is actually.
It's about bank robbing or yeah, it's
Heists or
like
something.
casino robbing Elvis impersonators.
Oh, is it good?
No,
Oh. What else was he in? Oh, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah, Men in Tights is the better movie.
Yeah, with fucking what's his name? What's
Cary
that?
Elwes.
That's his name.
Yeah.
The Highwaymen. Oh, he hasn't done it. Hold on. Oh, he's Superman's dad too. All right, well,
Yeah. I don't lose anything. I don't wanna watch Yellowstone or whatever the fuck show he's in
yeah,
now. I don't care.
Yellowstone's supposed to be really
It
good.
is supposed to be good, but he
But you know
turns me
what?
off.
I'm just gonna watch Love Island. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll just watch Love Island
Oh,
instead
Mr. Brooks.
and
Isn't that
see
where?
who's chatting to Zach.
Yeah, fuck. Okay, I don't. You have a fascination with this Zach character, huh?
I'm not fascinated by him. I know exactly what his game is, right? He's just a very tall, good-looking douche.
Wait, you have. You don't have to. You can know what someone's up to and still be fascinated by him, can't you?
It's not yeah, but I'm not fascinated by him. I'm just
Oh, I think
it's
you
a there's
are,
a
brother.
it's like 30 to 40% jealousy, um, and 60% exasperation.
Jealousy or envy?
Well, what's the diff?
I think the difference is jealousy is losing something you have, and envy is wanting something you don't have.
Is it? Who's where what posted what inspirational calendar did you pull this off of?
No, isn't that it? Isn't it something like that?
Oh, I thought they were synonyms.
Oh, completely? I don't know. Right? Because you
Well,
could be
okay.
envious of someone else's like girlfriend, but if you have a
Yeah.
girlfriend and she starts flirting with some other dude, that's jealousy because you're like, hey, I don't want to lose my
I guess
girlfriend.
it's envy then, if we're going by your terminology. I don't really care
Oh
to
yeah,
argue
it's
that point.
my
It's
terminology.
fine. It's 30% envy.
You envious bastard.
Yeah, well, I'm human. What do you want from me?
Are we human?
We are we Devo?
Is that the
What?
line? Isn't that the song?
It's um is it are we and then we are Devo? Or I don't know. What is the line?
Are we human or are we dancers? Yeah.
Oh, okay, that song. That's what you're going for?
Yeah.
Who sings that?
Damn it, I don't know. I just closed. Are we
Anyway,
human or are we dancer? By the Killers, dude.
oh yeah.
Classic.
I'll have to put that one on my playlist. I only have the other one.
Which Mr. Brightside?
No. No, wait. No. Is that the Killers?
Yeah.
Um All the Things I've Done, is that the Killers?
All the things I've done? I don't know.
I've got soul, but I'm not a
Yeah, yeah,
soldier.
yeah, yeah. I think that's I've got soul, but yeah.
Not a soul. I have that one.
That's the only song you have by the Killers?
Yeah.
They have a bunch of bangers, man.
Mr. Brightside's good. It just got overplayed a little, so it's not on my playlist.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It got abused. All right.
Look, we made it to 2 hours, bro. You thought we
Easily
weren't gonna
too.
have content, and we did. We
I
nailed it.
know. I know that we can literally talk about nonsense for fucking. We could do it for 12 hours.
That's true.
Be a little exhausting, but we could do it.
Yeah, it is hard work.
It's hard work. It's hard work, and we're not raking in $200 million deals, you know?
Honestly, I haven't streamed to a ton of people, but I feel like streaming to 0 people is way harder than streaming to 10.
For me, when you're at like
When you gotta
zero,
keep that energy up when no one's watching, I feel like that's
yeah,
super hard.
that shit sucks. But I think the thing is, it's super hard, but people don't do it. They just like, oh, well, no one's here. Or they kind of fade off or forget or just get focused on whatever they're actually doing or turn off the stream or whatever, you know? And you
Yeah.
feel obligated to be here. It's true.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for another week. We don't have anything planned for next week, though we never do.
Yeah. Well,
No outstanding homework assignments. I
I don't,
do have to get to my
Timmy.
storage unit at some point, but I don't know when that is. I hate going there. It's like I just feel like it's a waste of time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, thanks for being here, Larla, and everyone else.
Yeah.
Glad to have people here. Thanks to Pun, who's probably no longer watching. to for the raid.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
We almost had our previous numbers.
Yeah, it was pretty slick.
It was almost cool for a little while there, and then we bored the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them probably saw that the girls weren't talking, and they're like, "This shit sucks. Get out of here."
I know, right? We need to get like a little soundboard that would just be like, oh,
Yeah,
really? And just like, just generic.
we should. Yes, one of each of us should voice over one of the girls.
That'd be hilarious. Oh my God, seriously?
Yes, I know, Larla. I need pictures, but okay. So I need like 2 more pictures, right? I need a full body shot, and I need a group photo. And the group photo, like, I don't have. That's not really in my control. I'm not in a group a lot.
True.
I might be going somewhere on Sunday for like the 4th of July. So maybe I can get a picture of me around people then.
Damn, is it the 4th already? Yeah, I suppose so, huh?
Yeah, 4th is going to be on Tuesday.
Damn.
Yeah.
July really snuck up on me.
Yeah, you better get that rent ready, bro.
Yeah. You want to buy some fish?
Not my brand.
You want to
All
buy
right,
some
ladies and
digital
gentlemen.
fish? I mean,
We'll see you next week,
see ya, chat.
regardless of what we're doing.
Oh, we're patriotic as hell.
Fuck that. You know I'm not.
Stas is gonna jerk off into a flag this week.
I get Kleenex and the American flag. That would be. That's my OnlyFans content.
Yeah, that's a separate channel, guys. Come on. All right, see you later, chat.
That is something.